Hi Cancer, here's a general look at your solar chart for May 2011. Before I do that, just a brief word about the current long-term transit of Uranus, Pluto. These two, along with Neptune, are transpersonal planets and as such trigger cycles which are generational and affect us globally. In 2011, Uranus and Pluto, along with Saturn, will be impacting your sign very strongly, which means that the bigger wheels, so-called circumstances beyond our control, will have a bearing to a greater or lesser degree according to your natal chart and how they connect with your natal chart. In general, Uranus has since March been zeroing in on the slower-moving planet Pluto. As mentioned in the forecast I did for the whole of the year 2011, when these two get together, they tend to produce sudden events worldwide, which set us back on our heels and force us to reassess aspects of our lifestyle, expectations, or in fact, in some cases, the whole of our lives. That's their job. Their job in your life, in my life, and in all of our lives is to tear down an existing order in order to clear the decks for new growth. They bring in a sense of tension and restlessness as well. In your life, this depends on how they aspect your sun or planets. But globally, this combination can be unpredictable, explosive, powerful, but ultimately revitalizing and regenerating. Uranus is about change, Pluto is about evolution. You put these two together and they can manifest as external factors or the bigger wheels forcing disruption and upheaval upon us, but also amongst us. In the current aspect, there's likely to be turbulence, stress and trauma. That plus the current conjunction of the North Node with the galactic center amounts to a huge evolutionary kick in the pants for us all. And the transit of Uranus and Pluto has, as I say, been tightening they've been coming closer together since March, and they will be at their closest really from June to December this year. Now, for you, this month, Cancer, it's a very progressive, forward-moving phase when new connections are going to be highlighted, and you can be perhaps giving more thought to a goal or a dream you've wished to achieve for a very long time, perhaps. The governing factor this month won't be so much what you know, but who you know, and how well you can cooperate together. Overall, you're into a sociable and generally friendly vibration, where business-type collaborations are emphasized, also social get-togethers, whether working ones or in your personal life, they're all going to be emphasized, and the collective energy is going to be amplified, the one-mindedness. And there's likely for you to have more scope for working maybe or getting interested in something which is unconventional. And some of you will be making new friends, new acquaintances, connecting with others anyway, which are maybe very useful contacts for you, even lucrative in some cases. You may be taking the lead in some way, or others are perhaps more likely to be looking to you for direction or guidance, looking to you for your contribution. At times you're going to feel less patient with those who are dragging their feet or who are getting it, somehow. You're just going to be feeling keener to initiate things in that kind of group sort of context, or with those goals or dreams that you wish to make progress with. Until the 10th, Mars will keep you very goal-orientated, ambitious, to achieve whatever goal, whether it's a small one or a big one. You just want to push forwards with plans. And For some of you, that could be highlighting parents or guardians or bosses as well. And maybe you could be crossing swords there. That's up until the 10th. From there on, Mars may put a physical demand on your energies. That's from the 10th onwards, as you're collaborating with others, getting together with them, putting physical energy into furthering a wish or project you've been wanting to accomplish for a very long time, or just, burning the candle at both ends, maybe. Now, Mercury and Venus are helping you to attract the kinds of people who can facilitate your goals or otherwise assist you to climb the ladder of success. Until mid-month, you're likely to have an ally who's instrumental in progressing your overall aims. Or maybe it's allies, maybe it's friends, or other kinds of associates who you wouldn't call friends, but who are associates. This is a good time to get the right people on side and be rocking and rolling together, as Venus at the top of your solar chart, along with Mercury, oils the wheels, which could improve your standing, helps others in positions of power to be in agreement with your ideas. Another interpretation is that your image gets a boost and you're seen in a good light by those you wish to impress, or maybe you don't wish to impress them, but maybe you have and you didn't know you had. Also a great time for negotiations or socializing with people in a position to help you professionally or with an overarching goal or aim that you've had maybe for a long time as well. From mid-month, group gatherings are favorably highlighted and tend to keep you mentally on your toes. Some of you may be feeling a romantic attraction from somebody from that group, or somebody that you considered to be just a friend, or they considered you to be just a friend, or maybe you're going to make a new friend. Teamwork and coordinating with others is definitely well favoured, and that's from mid-month. Saturn continues to remind you that family responsibilities or activities on or from the home patch is an area that requires most effort. That's where you're most tested. That's where you've got to be the most organised. That's where you keep trying to tie up loose ends or get things together, but it's kind of it feels like a long sort of slog sometimes. It could also be that you're more than usually aware of your emotional needs, and your sense of where or who, with who you truly belong. It's like, because wherever Saturn goes, it tends to flag up what, that feeling. It tends to turn up the volume on what's lacking, really. And this is a very sort of private, emotional area that Saturn's in. So there may be this sense of lack at the very core of your being, and a yearning for something better related to this sense of belonging, being in your right place with the right person, even if you're with somebody already. So this is a time for you to check out, what behaviours or attachments are holding you back from that. Some of you may be establishing a new base for yourself. This is another way it can be working, or things within the base over the many months of this transit. But a new approach from you could trigger outer events. So if you change your position, mental, emotional position from within, then you can start to see the evidence of that without. And that could result in a change in your domestic situation, your domestic routines, your place on the map, your home set up in some way, family relationships as well, over the time Saturn is at the root of your chart. Now, on the opposite side of the chart at the moment, up until June, is Jupiter. Jupiter tends to be the line of least resistance until mid-year. New doors could be opening in the career sector, meaning the cards are definitely going to be stacked in your favour there, related to your advancement in the world, whether that means career opportunities or something coming along to expand your overall direction into new areas. This is the energy to tap into. Recognition and success could be coming your way, but you could find that there's kind of more than one avenue you could pursue. As the transits unfold, though, those opportunities will become more evident. Now, there's not a lot of that transit left at the moment, so you should be, capitalizing on it whilst it's still there. You need to separate the wheat from the chaff, maybe, to a degree. You need to decide, you need to maybe edit or prune or cut things down and streamline things. Perhaps that's the way it's working for you. Uranus is also in the same sector of your solar chart. It's going to be there for many, many years. And that's going to mean more than one change of direction in your life over this 7-year transit. So change and expansion through in the career area, the public side of life, but also in your status, in your personal life as well. You'll be learning lots as new doors fly open in that area, and the previous structure is likely to be replaced by something very, very different. You could feel ambushed at times. Uranus is an unpredictable energy, so it's important for you to be flexible and roll with the changes. Resistance is futile. Cancerians born in the first week, or those of you with 5 degrees of Cancer rising, will feel this energy most strongly over May. Neptune is bringing benefits your way. The blurred boundaries or lack of control over finances, property, other resources, because you partly relied upon or complied with the rules or the requirements of an outside agency, and maybe some of that went against the grain. That'll begin to seem less of a concern now for you, Cancer. This move of Neptune is going to stir your empathy and intuition, perhaps opening you to a different reality, a new dimension of thought and feeling, and you can be inspired by the truths that you discover there. And Cancerians in the first 3 days, and those with the first 3 degrees of Cancer rising, are likely to feel this influence most strongly over May. Pluto is going to be in your close one-to-one relationship area for many years. Significant others are likely to transform your life in meaningful ways, but there could be some sort of highs and lows there. It may not feel like it's transforming your life in a positive way at the time. But ultimately, the job of Pluto is to evolve you and to help you to recognize that you have power and choice, and it's now time for you to start seeking your bottom line and claiming that power, claiming that choice, recognizing your own value within a one-to-one sort of relationship. So, or recognizing, what sort of person you should be liaising with, who will meet you vibrationally, and set about drawing that right person into your life by being in your power. So maybe you've got to get out of your own way, shift your point of attraction so as to enable the universe to feed you with whoever, wherever, whatever you need on those fundamental levels of your being. And Cancerians born 24th of June to July the 1st, and those with 3 to 9 degrees of Cancer rising will feel this transit, this vibration most strongly over May. And from the 21st, you may find yourself reflecting or feeling nostalgic or a bit more sensitive. And that's it for May. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too. It'll throw another slant on what I've said here. And I'll see you the next time.